Hello and welcome. So today is 75 days since my glottoplasty. I'm still getting a lot better. It's still difficult for me to hold a tone. So I practice singing, I practice vocal lessons. I've been doing a lot of reading out loud just to try and get my voice to a place where it's comfortable. It takes a lot of work because it's like going through puberty again. Your vocal tract doesn't work the same way it used to. Like puberty the first time, everything changes in the vocal tract and yet you're not used to it. And in this case, it's changed again at a very quick space, and yet I don't have the muscle memory or the strength even to hold my voice in the right place. It is much easier for me to keep a high frequency and an elevated tone. Just as important to that though, it's made me realize that having a high frequency is great, but I also need to keep the resonance elevated. If I don't have the changes to the resonance, then the whole voice sounds a lot different, and it still sounds very male even with a higher frequency. We generally judge a voice as male or female more on the resonances that it has as opposed to the actual frequency it has. I would recommend seeing the excellent projects done by Trans Voice Lessons. I'll give a tag here. It's been very helpful for me. Doing my speech pathology and combining it with those lessons, combined with the glottoplasty, hopefully will bring me all into a place where I can feel comfortable. I think if I hadn't been such a weak vocalist to begin with, it might have been easier for me to just change my voice without the surgery. Because I was such a weak, underperforming vocalist, it's been really difficult for me to learn how to change my voice and to do it without being completely exhausted, because I just don't have the strength of my apparatus, so to say, as to actually how to change it. One thing that has been really helpful is just learning how to keep my larynx elevated. It's not something I'm used to, but it's made a huge change in terms of both the pitch and the resonance. Changing the resonance by modifying both the larynx and the size of the mouth cavity, along with doing a lot of reading out loud, has been really helpful for me. But it's interesting how things that I can achieve easily while I'm practicing them become really difficult to do when I'm speaking with somebody on the phone or if I'm doing one of these videos. So it's going to take more practice for sure till it becomes second nature, something to watch out for if you go through this process yourself. Doing all that work though, I think it really is satisfying, because otherwise I just go back to what was my old voice before surgery, and to me this sounds like I didn't even have surgery, except it doesn't really sound as smooth as it did because the larynx is so decreased in size. It's trying to do the same thing it was, but it can't really do that anymore. It doesn't want to vibrate at that frequency. I hope this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. Just leave them in the comments. May you be well, may you be blessed. May you have unconditional love for all beings. Aloha.